Chapter 1. The Law of Irrationality. Make no mistake about it. Humans are governed by their emotions rather than reason. A highly intelligent person understands this and uses it to his advantage. For example, the genius Filipino scientist Ramon Barber, who is known for his work on plant breeding and biotechnology, once said, "The secret of my success is that I make people feel that they themselves are the committee to whom the decision belongs." He understood the power of emotions and how it can influence people's decision-making. By appealing to their emotions, he was able to convince people to support his work and ideas. This is a brilliant example of how one can use the law of rationality to one's advantage. But what if we don't know how to appeal to people's emotions? In that case, we can always rely on the second part of this law, which states that we should never force someone to be rational. Trying to do so will only make things worse. Instead, we should try to understand where the person is coming from and what emotions are driving his or her behavior. Once we understand that, we can then appeal to those emotions in order to change the person's mind. For example, let's say you are trying to convince your friend to invest in a new business opportunity. Your friend might be hesitant at first, but instead of trying to force him to be rational, take some time to understand why he is hesitant. Is he afraid of taking risks? Is he worried about the financial commitment? Once you understand his emotions, you can then address them accordingly. Let him know that you understand his concerns and then try to allay his fears. For example, you can tell him that you understand that he is afraid of taking risks, but this is a calculated risk that you have carefully considered. You can also offer to share the risk with him or to provide him with more information so that he can make a more informed decision. By understanding the law of irrationality, we can become more effective communicators and leaders. We can also become more understanding and compassionate towards others. When we understand that people are driven by their emotions, we can be more patient and tolerant when dealing with them. We can also be more forgiving because we know that they are not always in control of their actions. So remember, humans are driven by their emotions rather than reason. A highly intelligent person understands this and uses it to his advantage. Never force someone to be rational. Always try to understand where the person is coming from and what emotions are driving his or her behavior. By understanding the law of irrationality, we can become more effective communicators and leaders. We can also become more understanding and compassionate towards others. That's all for now. See you next time.